Hello again and welcome to another Warhammer 40k Kill Team Battle Report. Today you join us for a clash between the finest that the Guard has to offer, the Militarm Tempestus Scions, and the most degenerate that Commorragh has to offer, the Witch Cult. In this episode, we find our operatives fighting over a secret weapons cache of the Inquisition. The shadowy and clandestine forces of the Imperium maintain many such secret supply caches. You can often find them on isolated moons deep underground or clinging to the side of an asteroid in a habdome. Normally, to access one of these secret bases, you would of course need the highest level of authority in the Imperium, at least Magenta clearance. But these Dark Eldar today have snuck in, of course using their knowledge of the Webway and the Dark City, and they have come in to pick off the skeleton crew defending this station. They believe it is low-hanging fruit, but as we know, viewers, it is at your own peril that you underestimate the Scions of the Imperium. And with all that said, it is now time to dive into this battle report. Let's take a close look at today's kill teams. And here we have the Scion kill team, Task Force Icarus in the house. So I will be running a Compendium Scion kill team, and it will be made up of 2 Scion fire teams. Between those 2 fire teams, I have a operative with a grenade launcher, one with a plasma gun, one with a melter gun, another with a hotshot volley gun. I really like the hotshot volley gun in Kill Team. It can really just spread its firepower out and has actually got quite a nice bit of punch. And then of course I have got my Tempesta with a plasma pistol and power sword. It's free real estate. Why wouldn't you take the best upgrades? And then for my rifle equipped infantry, I have got 1 comms specialist, and then I have 1 chap who is a regular Scion, but I have given him a medipack as part of my equipment points, and he is the one that has got the bedroll on his backpack, rather than you can see the rest have all got the classic Kazakin radio packs. I've then also gone for another Scion, and he has got a crack grenade, another bit of my equipment point spent, and he's the chap that's aiming his rifle. And then we have 2 more basic Scions here, and they are just bog standard. I did have 5 equipment points left over, and I thought, you know what, you just can't take a Scion kill team and not take the Tempestus Blades. Ah, yes. So I've given every single one of my riflemen here, including the medic and the crack grenade guy and the Vox guy, a Tempestus Blade. It's a bit of a fun upgrade, and I actually don't think it's going to do as well in this battle report as it has done in the last one, because in the last battle report, having that extra bit of combat punch did mean that I could go toe to toe with the Cabalites fairly nicely. But now that I'm taking witches on, I still probably don't want to get into combat. But hey, it gives me an extra bit of punch, and maybe I can stick them as I go down. So each one of those guys has got a Tempestus Blade, and it just gives them an extra pip of damage in combat, both on the non-critical and the critical hit rolls. So that is my kill team. Let's take a look at what they're facing off against today. And here we have the Drukari. And Johnny, you are going to take us through your kill team now.
So we have 2 fire teams of witches, but they won't be doing much shooting today. I've been interested in running this for a little while, so it's time to crack it out. So it's very straightforward. If you take 2 fire teams of witches in your kill team, you can have an extra witch fighter with the special close combat weapons.
Very nice.
Per team. So what that essentially means is in each team, I have a set of Hydra Gauntlets, I have a Shardnet and Impaler, and then I have Razor Flails. These guys, one of my Razor Flail guys broke, and I couldn't find his sword, so I'm just proxying these 2 guys, and I think they look pretty cool and snazzy.
Yeah,
and they're symmetrical, so you can tap.
They're like Assassin's Creed style blades coming out of their wrists. They're really cool.
Can you imagine this thing like whips out further?
Yeah, of course.
Imagination land. So then we have in 1 fire team my Hecatrix. She's got an Agonizer and a blast pistol, and then 1 normal witch. And then in the other kill team, or fire team rather, we have 2 normal witches, and then obviously the 3 specialists.
Yes.
And then for equipment, I've kept it very simple, very straightforward. 5 doses of Hypex. That gives me an extra triangle of movement throughout the game. And I've given that to my Hecatrix, my 2 Hydra Gauntlet, fighters and my 2 razor flail fighters.
Very nice. So straightforward. It's fast. It's very choppy. And it does still have a little bit of a shooty because you do have that blast pistol. So very nice. We shall have to see if bringing a knife to a gunfight was a sensible thing to do. These are the 2 kill teams.
You brought a gun to a knife fight.
Oh, wow. And in kill team, that's not necessarily the worst thing to do either, you know, or the best thing to do, I should say. So that is the field of battle. That is our kill teams. We'll be back once we have deployed, and we're going to get to that first turning point. And here we have the field of battle after deployment. Both sides have actually mirrored each other in terms of where they've set up their operatives. So on the right flank over here, we can see that there are 6 Dark Elder Witches, along with the majority of their combat drugs and close combat power. Facing off against them is 6 Scions, led by the majority of the Scion special weaponry. You can see we've got the Sergeant, the grenade launcher, the plasma gun, and we've also got the volley gun here as well. Pretty much all of the Dark Elder operatives took a leaf out of my book and went in the concealed mode, and I went mostly in the active mode because there's no point in me being concealed
Who's
again.
playing what for?
Who's playing what for? What is even going on anymore? And then over here, you can see we have 4 more sounds here. We've got my crack grenade guy and my melter gun guy. My melter gun guy is in concealed, as you can see, because he'll have a shorter range, and I don't want him to potentially get picked off by anything. He might as well be concealed for the first turn. Everyone else is inactive, but of course, all operatives are going to be in cover to start off with. And then, of course, over here we have the other witches, but Johnny has put his leader leading the smaller group here. So he's got a little bit where I've got my leader supporting the big group. Johnny's got his leader supporting the little group. But Johnny, I do have my extra crack grenade over here as well. So it should balance out in terms of where everyone's set up their operatives and equipment and everything. So bit of a mirror match. Very interesting. And now I'm going to hand over to our resident kill team expert, Johnny. Take us through today's mission.
So today's mission, we're playing Escalating Hostilities, mission 2.1 in the core rulebook. So it's very straightforward, this one. There's no flipping objectives or anything like that. What we do is we've got 6 objectives on the board, and as you can probably tell, it's lengthways deployment. Each of the objectives at the end of the first 2 rounds is worth 1 victory point if you control it, so if you're within circle of the centre of the objective. If at the end of the second initiative step, each player removes 1 objective that's on their side of the board, closer to their deployment zone. So you'd have the option of removing that one or that one at the end of the second initiative step. I'd have the option of removing that one or that one. And that gets repeated in following steps. So at the end of the second and third initiative steps, not the last one. Then, so we would imagine at the end of the game, the centre of the board will be the only 2 scoreable places. Now, in turn 3 and 4, the remaining objectives are all worth 2 points each if you control them. So 1 point for the first 2 turns, 2 points for the second 2 turns. You can score at the end of each turn. There are, of course, 4 turns.
4 turning points. Yes. All right, pretty straightforward. Basically, we're going to be controlling objectives, and as the game goes on, the objectives available are going to start shrinking.
I guess that's as we're filling our boots with
loot.
Yeah.
In this mission, everyone's just trying to get as much equipment under the belt as they can before bugging out.
Yeah.
All right. So that is the field of battle. That is the mission. I hope you guys are excited for today's video. What we need to do now is get the first dice roll on camera.
Before we do that, we need to do the scouting phase.
Oh, we need to do the scouting phase. I always forget about the scouting phase.
Tokens, 1, 2, or 3.
I'll tell you what. We'll have a little cut there, and we'll be back in just a second. Okay, so Johnny and I have both decided what we're going to be doing for the scouting phase. Shall we reveal our hands? I have gone for 3. And you've gone for 1, an extra barricade.
Indeed.
Very interesting. All right, so I will be getting an extra dash, and you will be getting an extra barricade.
Yes.
I'm surprised that I thought you'd want to be getting up close and personal as quickly as possible.
I was thinking about it, but I have a lot of movement, and I sort of set my guys up knowing where I wanted to move to first turn. So with me going Fortify and you going Recon, I will take the first turn.
Okay, fair enough. So we will be back after the first activation.
The initiative one,
Yeah. Okay, no problem. We're back in just a moment. So Johnny's first activation was very straightforward. One of the Hyper Gauntlet Witches has run and dashed forward and is concealed behind this barricade now. And I have done my first move as well, and I have just moved forward with one of my Scions there. Nothing that I can see with him just yet, but he is in commanding position of that objective. So that is where the first two activations have gone. I suspect there's going to be a bit more moving and stuff, so we'll do a couple more activations, and if anything exciting happens, we'll be back in a moment. For the second activation, this witch moved forward here and ensconced themselves into this bit of cover, holding that objective. For my second activation, I moved on to this elevated position. I actually forgot this was an elevated position. I probably should have put most of my firepower that was here over here so I could see these concealed people, but I guess it is what it is. We'll just have to deal with it and wear it. But now I've spent a tactical ploy for a command point, and I've done bring it down on this chap, and that means he gets to re-roll any or all of his attack dice when he's shooting, which is very nice. And I am going to shoot into the Shardnet person. So I will be hitting on 3s with my 4 attacks. That's pretty good. I will, of course, re-roll that one. That is good. That is pretty good. That is 4 hits. No criticals, though.
Right, okay. I'll remove 1.
So removing 1.
And then 2 5-up invulns.
Yeah.
Get 1.
So you take 2 of them in total. So I believe that is going to be 6 damage, but we'll just double check.
I think I'll spend a CP.
You can spend both if you wanted to fully reroll it.
No, I'll reroll one of those. In the 5-up.
Yes. No. So you've spent a command point and you've still taken 2 pips of damage. I believe a Hotshot Lad's gun is 3-4. We'll double check that, mark you up, and we're back with the next activation. Aroused by the wounds that he had taken, this witch dashed forward and got himself into this cover here, sitting on 2 objectives. Very nice.
I'm not sitting on them, but I'm threatening both.
Threatening both, yes. Yeah. Giving like you better stay with me objectives, you're threatening them. And then for my activation, I simply moved my sergeant over here. And I should have mentioned that my order for this turn is going to be take aim, which doesn't cost me any command points because I have a Tempestus on the field. Very nice. And that
has limited range, so you have to move your sergeant.
Exactly. And I should have also mentioned that my free recon dash is going to be the volley gun guy over here. So we're all caught up. We're all good. That is a bit of a quiet activation for both players. We'll be back in a moment when Johnny's done his 4th activation. I assume it's going to be more people running forward.
And dashing.
And dashing. Okay, well, we're back with that. And I might have a bit of excitement in my shooting. So another witch has move, dash behind Johnny's free barricade. This is the one that he used as part of his recon step. And then I have now activated my volley gun chap, and he has moved up to here and is going to be shooting. And he is going to put all of his shots into one of these, which I'll do it to the one with the blue hair. There we go. So he has got 5 attacks. I could split my fire between the 2 of them, but I like to concentrate fire. So I've got 5 attacks. I will be re-rolling 1s thanks to take aim. And yeah, let's take a look. So I didn't get any 1s, but I did get 4 hits. Now I could use a command point there. There's no disadvantage to doing so.
You couldn't because
I haven't spent them all because the one that I would have spent, I didn't spend because I've got a Tempestus on the field. So I've still got one in the bank because it's free when Tempestus on the field. So I will use a reroll there. Yes. So I now have spent all of my command points and I have done 5 regular hits to you.
Okay, well I need 2 5s here I think to keep them alive.
You can take one away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No. So no matter what you do, they're going to die. So they have been knocked out. They're like, ooh, what a raging clue. And then they've just like gone onto the floor in spasms of ecstasy.
Yeah, that's it, exactly.
There we go. Okay, so some blistering firepower from the Scions there. Now let's see what the next activation is going to be. I think I'm going to kill some witches turn 1, and then I'm going to get my face torn off turn 2. But we shall see. We'll be back in just a moment with Johnny's next activation and mine as well. So we've just done a couple of activations for both players. I have moved one of my chaps onto here, and Johnny has moved forward his leader to hold that objective and the pink-haired lady to hold that objective there. My other activation that I've done is my Voxcaster guy has jumped on top of the Chimera, and now he's going to shoot down. Now I'm going to go for the pink-haired person, I haven't got any rerolls or anything available here, but if I can...
You're still rerolling ones?
No, I'm not, because he wasn't in range of my officer
cool.
at the beginning of the whole shenanigans. So
nice.
I will... I'm trying to kill that witch, because if I do, it means that Johnny won't hold that objective. He is going to probably swarm 4 objectives otherwise. So let's see what we can do. Come on, I've not had any crits yet. Daddy needs some crits. Here we go. No, that's not great. So you're not going to die from this. You can take 1 away with cover.
And I need a 5 on 2
And then you need a 5 on 2
Come
dice.
on. No.
No, double 1. So you take...
CP.
You do have 1 CP left, yes?
I'm going to try it. I'd like them to remain uninjured if I can.
Okay. Yay. So you have spent your CP. So at least it wasn't a total waste, but I haven't done any damage to you there. All right. Now, I suspect, Johnny, that is going to be all of the... shoosting for this turn for both sides. So what we'll do is we'll do all of our remaining movement activations off camera, and we'll be back with a summary of the turning point. So we're back in just a moment, guys. And this is what the battlefield looked like at the end of turning point 1. The remaining witches have moved forward very aggressively, trying to put early pressure onto the Scions. And the Scions have redeployed their fire base. We've moved our sergeant and our 2 specialists here, so that we've got a really nice angle of fire in both directions. If Johnny wants to go active to start charging, he's going to take quite a bit of firepower in return. So I think, like I said, Johnny is going to pull ahead on points early game, but I'm hoping that I can clear through witches relatively quickly. I've already killed 1 and injured 1 pretty badly, where turns 3 and turns 4, I can try and pull it back on objectives.
Now, interestingly, this is kind of the way it often goes. And I guess this carries over from every game we ever play. I'm quite an aggressive player. Now, Tim bought me the voice scarred Corsairs for Christmas, which I'm going to be getting on the channel as soon as possible. And they have a very interesting rule, which I'm not sure you're aware of when you got me. So
I did not know any rules about them. I thought they looked cool.
One of their sort of secondary objectives, which you get if you're playing... We're playing 2 compendiums, so we don't do that.
Yeah.
But if we are playing secondary objectives, one of theirs is that in the 3rd turn, if they're ahead on points, they just get free. They score that objective, and on the 4th turn, if they're ahead on points, they score that objective.
Oh, that's cool.
So you need to up your aggressiveness when those guys come on the field.
You get them, I'll get my orcs sorted finally, and then we'll see the meaning of aggression and all that.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, so now we are going into the next turn phase. So put the icon of power in the middle.
And you win draws.
And I win draws. You may roll the first dice, good sir, kind sir. It's a strong showing. It wasn't strong enough. It wasn't strong enough. All right. Sometimes, you know what? You know my mantra? Just roll 6s, bro. It's as simple as that, man. It's
Makes it easier that way.
Sign up to my £200 a day coaching service where I scream, just roll 6s, bro, at you for 3 hours a day. Yeah. It's a great service. It's a great service. All right. Anyway, we'll be back with my first activation. I think I'm going to have to start layering some fire into these witches. Starting off turning point 2, I am going to spend my free command point that doesn't actually cost me anything for take aim on these chaps here around the officer. And then I'm going to spend my actual command point on bring it down on the volley gun guy. And he is going to fire everything into the witch leader. I'm just going to absolutely unload it. It's a spicy meatball. It's a spicy meatball. Here we go. 5 attacks. Here we go. All right. Now he's got 2 hits. Technically one of those, it becomes AP something, but you don't care about that. No. He gets 2 rerolls. Oh, into 2 criticals. Very spicy. All right, Johnny. How do you want to play this?
I'll take the free one.
Okay. 1 is gone.
Not necessarily. I might take a crit away. I'll have a think.
Yeah, no, just...
Nothing.
Nothing.
So I think she's probably dead.
So that is going to be a total. I think it's 4, 8 plus 6. 14. 6 plus feel no pains.
Yes.
Because you did spend your CP on that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
He's mixing dice. He's mixing his toasties. All right, let's see what happens. You need a lot. You don't get any.
None.
She's dead. Ding dong, the witch is dead, literally. But now Johnny will get his Rwenge. All right, Johnny, do you want what your next activation is?
You know, going to go for your melter.
He's going for the melter. He's not messing around.
3, triangle,
and a charge.
Circle. Yeah, it's a charge. He's there.
I suspected you were going to go for the melter gun. I have to confess. So, all right, let's get some dice together, and we'll be back in just a moment with that combat. She's just a girl. He's just a guy. Can I make it any more obvious? Oh my God, she's pulling his arms off. All right, let's see what happens now. So Johnny has 4 attacks with his witch blades. It's looking good.
It's looking okay.
Looking spicy. Do you want to use that reroll or?
Can't. Do I? No, I've spent my CP.
You spent your CP. Okay, take those out because those are your hits. You have a crit.
Now she has rending, so if that goes through, that'll count as a crit as well.
Okay, so you have potentially got 2 crits.
Yes, one in the
Okay,
middle.
so now I need to roll my attacks. I believe that I have got 3 of them, and I have got a gun butt. I'm hitting you on 3s. Okay, so I've got two regular hits. Now you get to go and prod me first.
So I'll crit you. 4 damage.
Okay, 4 damage. Now, can I use 2 regular hits to block another crit?
Well, they're still both regulars, so you would use 1 regular to knock one of mine out of the way.
Yeah.
And then I would just crit you back
And
then
kill
you could
me.
hit me for a regular.
I'd be dead, wouldn't I?
Yes.
So, no, I'm just going to jab you.
Okay.
There's literally no point in not jabbing
so
you.
just jab me with yours.
I just hit you with the rifle butt. You take 2 damage.
Parry that. I can take away a dice to parry.
No, you don't. It's not. No, you do that in your step. Otherwise, I could just parry something. Yeah. Oh, look at him trying to be the big brain. Check out the big brain on bread. All right, so yeah, you take a jab and then you kill me. Yeah, so you take 2 damage and I lose my melter gun guy. All right, vicious combat has occurred. Now we need to go back over to the Scions. Can I continue to hurt these witches? So my Voxcaster chap is going to do an extra action point on his colleague here with the rifle and crack grenade, and then he himself is just going to fire into the witches here. Now I'm tempted to go for the injured one, but I'm going to go for the uninjured one because if I can damage or kill the injured one, it means this chap might have a chance. He might be safe. So we shall see. We shall see. So we're going to go with my 4 shots. I've just got 2 hits. That is it. Nothing special here. Now you can deny one of those. Deny one, and then you can
need a 5 hit.
Need 2 5. Yeah, on these 2 dice, you need a 5.
Yeah.
He's done it again. He's done it again. That is pretty big. All right, Johnny. Do you know what you're
doing? Spraying at these witches. They Trinity style bounce off walls and stuff.
Oh, it's mental. All right. Do you know what you're doing next?
I need to think.
You need to think. Spinning in like a whirling dervish, the witch over here has charged into my grenade launcher guy, trying to take out my special weapons. All right, Johnny, go with your attacks. You've got 5 because these are special weapons.
And I can reroll ones, but I don't need to. Ooh, blooming heck. That's pretty spicy.
That's pretty spicy. Now, do I get any hits back on you? I do get 2 hits back on you. All right, so you get to, I think this, what's the damage on this weapon?
So it is 3-4.
Okay.
So what I'll do is I will start off, because I've got so many, I think I'll parry one of yours.
Okay, and then I'll just prod you.
Okay, and then I'll kill you.
Well, you're not, yeah, then you'll kill me eventually. Yeah. Because there's nothing I can do, because you could, if you parry, if I then parry one of yours, it doesn't matter, because you're then still, you then double hit crit me. Yeah, so there. So you've taken 2 damage. And I have lost another one of my Scions. So we've lost 2 Scions apiece, two operatives apiece.
You can only block me with critical hits anyway because it's brutal. So
right, fair enough.
I'm chopping through you.
So now it is going to be back over to me. Okay, now I need to have a think here. So I'll be back in 1 minute. So I have moved my Scion chap over here, and he is going. The reason we've moved him back is because there are 2 witches here that are in charge range of him. So we obviously don't want him to get chopped up.
Extra triangle of movement and
yeah, it's making a big difference. So now he is going to just unload into the witch. He has already been, but it is the only viable target that he has. So he's going to fire his hotshot lasgun. Oh, I am rolling.
He's panicking.
These dice need to go in the dice jail now. They've really let me down. So you get 3 invulnerable saves.
5 ups. Come on now.
Yeah, 1. You've passed it. That's all you needed.
So it takes 6 damage, right?
You don't take any damage. I got 3 misses and 1 hit, and then you just passed it. Yeah.
So
I think my dice have let.
Sorry, I'm just presuming. Yeah.
My dice have betrayed me. All right, it's going to be back to you. Do you know what you're doing?
I'll have a think, and I'm pretty sure.
Johnny is now going for my medic. He's swinging in there with another set of razor flails. All right, Johnny, off you go.
5 attacks.
You have dropped 2, and you have no rerolls this time.
Yeah, because no reroll. It rerolls ones, but I haven't got any ones.
Yeah. Okay. So now I need to check my attacks. So I've got a Tempestus Blade on this guy.
Okay.
So I have 3 attacks hitting on 3s with my Tempestus Blade. Ooh, 2 crits and yes.
So I picked up my dice.
So you have a crit and 2 hits. So you get to poke first. Now you do 4 damage a pop, I believe.
I believe it's only 3/4 on the razor flails. So I might be able to survive this.
I think I will survive this, you know.
So I will go with... I'll crit you first.
And that does 4.
That does 4.
And then I will use one of my crits, because I have to use crits to block your attacks.
Yes, because
to block one of yours. Okay. You then do 3 damage to me, but I live on one wound. And then in return, I'm going to do 4 damage to you and 3 damage to you.
So
we're both on 1. The medic, you don't fuck with the medic, man. He knows exactly where to strike. He did a 3-hour online anatomy course, so he knows what to do.
Feel no pains.
All right, now you do have, you get
5,
7.
7.
You get 7 feel no pains here.
In 6s. Now I've got none so far. So 2. So I take 5 wounds.
So you're still injured. You're still injured.
Still under half. I've got 3 wounds left.
All right, and I am still alive. So interesting. Was not expecting to live, but that is nice. Yes, the medic, he knows exactly where to place them. Okay, so it's going to go over to my activation now. I'm going to have a little think because it's hotting up here. So I'm going to go with the medic next. Firstly, he is going to heal himself for 2d3. Ooh, that's pretty nice. That does heal him 4 wounds, putting him on 5 wounds. He is then going to jab the witch. He's got 3 hits against the witch. Okay, 3 regular hits. Now, you are injured now, so you will have 4s to strike back. But I don't think it's going to make a difference. Oh, it could do, actually. You're right.
Oh.
So you have hit with everything. So what I think is going to happen is I'm going to jab you for 3, which is going to... You then need to do 3... Feel no pains.
Yes. Hopefully getting a 6.
Yeah.
So I can...
You can jab 1 back to me, which won't kill me, and then I can jab you and hopefully kill you. We'll see what happens.
Feel no pains?
No. So it doesn't matter. So I've healed myself up to 5, and I have jabbed, and I have killed your
combat blade makes the difference.
It makes a big difference. The Tempestus Blade, the Scions of the Imperium. All right. So I just need to put my chap on his extra wounds, and also I need to obviously say he has been nice. So we are trading blow for blow here. Johnny, do you know what you're going to do next?
Still going.
Yes, he is still going, and so are these 3 operatives down here.
I probably blocked you from that objective at this point.
Don't forget, he has an extra action point because of my radio blow.
He can only move and dash, though.
He could move and dash and shoot because of his extra action point.
Circle down, or circle off, circle down, circle to
and
there,
then a dash. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm gravy, baby.
So I'll sit tight on this corner.
Okay, sitting tight. Sitting tight.
And I will have a think.
Okay. Dodge, duck, dive, dip, and dodging out of the cover. Another witch strides forth, trying to take on another Tempestus Blade. All right. These are Hydra Gauntlets, though, so they are hella punchy. So
no special rules. All punch.
All punch. Let's see what happens.
So it's a lot.
It's a lot. So this is going to be how much damage can I do to you on the way down, basically.
Hopefully none.
So I've got a crit and I've got a hit. So you can...
I'll probably parry your crit with my crit.
Okay.
Because they're both 4 damage each. So you can jab me for
3.
And then I'll kill you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you've taken 3 damage and I have lost an operative. All right. Another operative knocked out there. Is there anything I can do to stop this onslaught? It is 3 for 3. Turn 2 is literally we're going blow for blow on this. This is pretty mad. So we'll have to come back to the next Scion situation. So I have decided that I'm going to go with my plasma guy, and he is going to unload into the injured Hydra Gauntlet person.
Hold your horses, people.
Okay.
Mordian's actually planning more than a game turn ahead.
Oh my god, strategy. Yeah, no, I'm planning, I need to kill this person, this person, and this person, turn 2, and then that means John only have 4 operatives left, and that means I can just focus on my plan of holding these two objectives for 2 turns. So, yeah, so that's what we're doing. Normally I don't plan this much.
There's at least one activation ahead of it.
Okay, so we're going to supercharge. Okay,
nice.
So I've got 1 miss and I've got 3 hits. Okay.
I love a crit block here. So I'm going to take a free one.
Okay.
And go for 2.
Okay.
Ty's got to be with me.
No, neither. I don't think it matters what you do. There's mega damage coming in there. Plasmid. Good old plasma gun never lets you down. So that is my activation, and I should say that is the marker for him. I have measured, by the way. I am out of charge range of this person and of this person. So Johnny is going to go over to you now. Do you want a little think, or do you know what you're going to do?
I just have a couple of thinks.
All right. Hold your horses. Johnny's doing some shooting. I think he forgot he had guns up until this point. He has.
You forgot
Yeah, I did.
As well.
He has moved his witch forward to here, and she's going to unload with her pistol into my now exposed plasma scion. Okay, now you get 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. 5s are
also crits. It's just a double
so it's a double crit. Okay, now I get 3 defense dice at a 4+. Okay, I've got a crit. I will simply just stop one of your crits and take a crit damage.
Okay.
That's it. That is 4 damage. Puts me down to half wounds. Okay, he's still going. He's like spits out a goblet of blood. Like, huh, that all you got? That all you got? All right. Now my next activation is pretty straightforward. I'm going to move my sergeant over to here to join this chap, and then he's going to unload into your bum with his plasma pistol. Okay. That's what we're going to do. So we'll just
he likes that.
We'll just work out the movement, and then we're back in just a second. So my sergeant has moved over here. He is now going to shoot that witch in the backside. He hits on 2s, re-rolling 1s. Re-rolling 1s thanks to his order, and Johnny will not get cover here. So let's see what happens. I've got a crit. I need to check what a plasma pistol isn't lethal 5, but I've got at least a crit in 2 of the hits. And a re-roll into another crit. This looks spicy. You get 3 defense dice and just see what you can get.
Come on. Triple crit.
Absolute annihilation. Yeah. Oh, he's died so hard. The guys
on before she's a slag.
Oh god. Oh god. All right. So we'll just rearrange those guys because they got knocked off in all the excitement, and we'll be back in just a moment. Risky maneuver, but Crack Grenade Man has come down here. He is holding the objective, and he's going to throw his crack grenade at this witch here. The reason it is risky is Johnny still has 2 people back here who can move, but one of them is very injured. And if Johnny decides that he's going to hold that objective with a 2-wound person, that is going to put him in a very precarious situation for turn 3. So we'll have to see if he wants to keep diving in, or if and try and take my objective off me, or if he's going to try and secure the middle ground a bit more effectively. We'll have to see. As it is for now, it is crack grenade time, people. So it is hitting on 3s. And they have all hit. I'll double check if it's lethal 5. But Johnny, they are the 3 hit. It's AP -1 if that matters to you.
Doesn't matter to me. I've got to use all my dice though because it ignores
cover, yeah.
I'm not doing very well, so I stop 1.
That is, I think that's like 15 damage you've just taken, or at the very least like 12 damage.
I'll work it out because I'll do my 1, 2, 3.
I'll just check now. Give me 1 second. So you have stopped 1. It is 12 damage. You need to make 5 6-ups here because that will mean that you'll live on a wound. Can he do it? No. You've not done very well. You've done great on your damage out. You've not done great on your saves back. I think there was a couple of turns.
Serious toll on the old witches now. That's 6 dead.
It is 6 dead, but you are well ahead on points. In fact, that is all of my activations. I will get some overwatches now.
I don't think it'll matter because when it's your turn to overwatch, my guy will be concealed depending on where
I don't need to overwatch someone who's moved. I can just get a free shooting, remember?
No, but what I'm saying is I could technically stay concealed. It depends what I do.
Depends what you do, yes.
If I stay concealed,
yes.
you're not overwatching.
Absolutely. So we will be back when Johnny's had a little think, I imagine. So the injured witch with the net has moved over here from behind her position on the barricade there. Johnny wanting to try and consolidate his forces against what is now a Scion horde. Now that does mean I will get to do some Overwatch, and I'm going to go with my plasma person into the witch with the blue hair here. The reason I'm doing that is because they are holding that objective. but that one is just out. If Johnny wants to go with his last witch to run over here and try and kill one of my guys, he can do that, but it's very risky and does mean that his witch is then just like totally exposed for the following turns. Whereas at least here, they will have some cover. This allows me to deny Johnny a victory point. If he comes to try and take a victory point off me, it's risky. So we're going to go with the plasma gun person. He is going to be hitting on 4, so he's hit twice, and he does get to reroll ones thanks to the order. No, so he hasn't. He's not ended himself, so but he has got. One. He has got 2. You can ignore one of them,
and I roll 2 5.
And you get 2 5-ups here. No, so that will be 4 damage that you have taken. I'll just double check, but I believe that is 4 damage. It means you've not lost a point, but it is another bit of injury stacked onto your arm, which is not what you need right now. So we'll mark those up, and we're back in just a moment. So we check the damage, and it is 5, but Johnny did pass one of his feel no pains. And then this witch has gone for it. Crazy as it is, they have gone for it. So Johnny is not scoring a victory point here. If he doesn't kill my guy, we will be... I will still hold that objective because I have an extra action point this turn. Now, I just remember that. So do you want to change your decision there?
I mean, that makes a big difference.
It makes a big difference, yeah.
It makes a difference to literally the past 3 flipping.
That's how he got down there and threw his grenade and everything. Do you want to have a little think? And we can decide what you're going to do there. Good job we remembered that.
It's too late now because I've made other decisions based on knowing what I was going to do.
Well, the only thing is basically, it's all right.
It's fine.
Do you want to try and kill him and flip the objective, or do you want to try and just get a victory point guaranteed in the bag? It's your call.
Try and kill him.
He's going to try and kill him. Okay, he's going for it. No guts, no glory. Going in with the Hydra Gauntlets. 5 punchy attacks.
I really need this to go my way because the Drukari are in a bit of a difficult position because Tim keeps killing Drukari with activations and I keep not killing him back.
Yeah.
So, 5 attacks with the Hydra Gauntlets.
It's 2 misses, but it is 2 crits. Okay, so now I need to...
Any hit is a 4 damage.
Yeah. Oh, is it 4-4?
It's 4-6.
Oh, 4-6, okay. Now, I have got 2 regular hits against you, so I think we know how this is...
Can I cancel 2 regular hits with 1 crit?
No, we've checked this before in the past.
Just pause, because we need to check.
We'll just double check it, but I think it is you can use 2 hits to block a crit, but not the other way around. So we've double checked, and you can't use a crit to block 2 regular hits. So Johnny is going to do some damage to me with a crit, and then I'm going to jab him with one of mine, and then he is going to kill me. So he will take 3 damage from the Tempestus blade, and I will lose my operative there. Oh, you do get your feel no pains. That is true. So we'll see if any of these come through. Yes. Oh, he only takes 1 damage. Very nice. So that was probably worth it for Johnny there. We'll have to see what happens going into the next turning point. He has got 3 operatives who are injured, one of them slightly, 2 of them badly, and I still have 6 operatives left, 2 of which are injured, but both above
Neither's wounded.
Neither's wounded.
Bleeding,
so it is. The Scions certainly have the numbers. Let's see if we can make those numbers count. We'll be back in just a moment.
On the week with my final.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens. We'll be back in a moment when we see who gets that first turn. All right, the token of power is in the middle. Johnny, roll that dice. He needs it.
I've gambled my entire strategy.
He's gambled everything on it.
Of that turn on this. Some 1.
Oh,
I'll win draws.
You do not win the draw because there is none. Okay, I need to have a little think. Who am I going to kill first? So I have moved forward with my volley gun chap, and he is going to fire into the witch over here. I have spent my command point, but not spent it on take aim, and he is in range of the officer to benefit from that. So 5 attacks. Oh, strong. 2 crits and 3 regulars. Johnny has not gone for feel no pain this turn. He needs to keep that save roll in the back pocket. So you need to...
do well here.
You can do very well here. But no, that operative has been annihilated. Now, the reason I can't get onto this objective this turn, guys, so what I've worked out is I need to hold 1 objective this turn. And if I can do that and hold both next turn, I absolutely will. I'll be able to win the game. That's what I need to do. So, Johnny, do you know what your next activation is going to be?
No, I need to have a think about my strategy.
Okay. The blue-haired witch here is going to pop a shot at the Tempestus sound with a plasma gun, and then we're going to see what happens after that. So, Johnny,
let's see what we want to do after
you've got 4 attacks here.
You're in the open.
I'm in the open.
So it's just 4 hits.
4 hits, no crits. Okay, I get 3 defense dice of 4+. I've passed 1. Even if I use a command point to pass another one, 2 will still go through and kill me. So unfortunately, Plasma Gun Man has dropped from the field of battle.
What I'm trying to do is make it so he can't reach the objective.
Okay, now you need to decide what you're going to do.
What I'm going to do, so have a little pause.
Okay, and for her second activation point, she has withdrawn slightly, still holding the objective, but not ceding too much ground to these vile Monkey. Now, it is going to come over to me next. Now, for me, it's pretty simple. I need to be able to essentially do some damage to Johnny here and try and take some more of his guys out of the fight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and move my operative. I'm going to go with this person. He's going to do one of his action. He's just going to move and shoot. And what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and move over to here, see if I can draw a line of sight to any part of your model here. If I
think that's highly unlikely.
Highly unlikely, but if I can, I'll shoot that person.
No way.
And if I can't,
your angle is to there.
Well, tell you what, if I can't, what I'll do is I'll just stay there and just shoot this person then. There's no point. And then I'll use my extra.
You can't see them from there.
I can't see them from there?
No.
Okay, fine. Well, from any point from my...
Very nice.
Well, we'll just double check and we'll be back in a second. Change of plan. I decided not to go with the radio guy just yet. I have gone with the rifleman that's here, and he has moved and dashed towards that objective. He's not quite on it, but he is in a strong position for the following turn, and he is out of charge range from Johnny's operative here. So interesting stuff going on. Let's see what Johnny decides to do next with his...
I think everyone's out of charge range, aren't they? And have no guns left.
So, no more guns. Oh, interesting. I wasn't sure if they had cheeky little holstered pistols, but I guess when you look at them, they don't, do they?
No,
so
it's Chardonnay and Impaler.
Ah, right, very good. Join the Gene Syndicate. You have a third arm. You can
of course,
operate that pistol. There you go.
I'm not sure how the genetics would cross over between.
I think the Tyranids would find a way.
Perfect.
The Tyranids would find a way. Zonothropes are Eldar DNA, so.
Oh, fair. That's true.
So do you want a little think, or is it basically a
think,
pass situation, do you reckon?
It's not a pass.
Okay.
I think I'll probably move my full health guy to, because I think it's unlikely you can kill him.
Okay.
But this guy could shoot him.
Yes. If you try and move block me, I can shoot you.
Mm.
That's the problem. That's the situation you're in. So we'll give you a little chance to think. We're back in a second. So the Vox Master is going next. He is going to put an extra action point onto my Sergeant. And then he is going to fire into the Shardnet person here. It's the only one he can see. But he will be using Bring It Down. Shoot her. Shoot her. So he will get full rerolls to hit against that Shardnet Impaler person. Let's go. Okay, so we've got a crit and a hit. And we've got 2 rerolls here. And we have got another hit there. Okay, so that is going to be... Take my breath away. All right, so now you've got 2 rolls here.
You really need some 5s and 6s.
You need some 5s and 6s. Ooh, none. That will be 7 damage.
Yeah.
You will be on...
I'm going to CP one of those.
It's CP in it. This is what you've kept it in the bag for.
Yeah, just
now,
in case for when I needed a critical.
Yeah. No. Ah, gadzooks, it's not paid off. So you are down to 1 health. You have 7 wounds on your optics. You don't even have enough accumulatively. You don't know you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You don't even have cumulatively enough wounds left to have an uninjured guy.
Don't need it.
Don't need it, baby. Where we're going, we don't need wounds.
You're just making me more amped up.
More amped up. All right, so now it will be over to your last person who does not have a gun. But it will be over to your last person. All right, what are you going to do?
I think they're probably just going to go out of line of sight. Well, if I move on to that objective, it makes it very difficult for you because I'd have 6 people on it.
I only need to kill 1.
Yeah, you need to kill 1
and have a plasma pistol
and get 2 people onto the objective to score it, and you only have 2 guys left. So it will be very difficult.
I could don't forget he's got 3 action points. So he could move. He could what, dash?
Dash and pistol in the face.
Yeah, exactly. Or he could charge if you try and move block me, and he's got a power sword, so he's not against fucking charging you. Do you know what I mean?
It's whether I hold off for the thing. My problem is that you're constantly getting to out-activate me, which means I can't hide and then leap out and grab the objective off you. In a very difficult position. Very difficult indeed. So I will.
Pardon me.
I think my best bet is to have that person on the objective, to be honest. So it's just going to be a circle, pass, I think.
Circle, pass, that's where you're going to end up?
Yeah.
All right.
You know what, I'll go circle, dash, and I'll cross the...
Oh, will that put you in range, though? You'll be out of the centre there. Sadly, the corrugatedness of the barricade is...
I just have to go. And then
you're going to have to risk it for a chocolate biscuit. 2 wounds. That's what she's got. All right, so that is your activation. It's now going to be up to me next. Let's see what we can do. Leading the charge, I have gone with my Tempestus. His plan is that because he has 3 action points, he's going to charge and fight this 2-wound person here, and then he is going to unload with his plasma pistol into this witch here, hopefully dealing a pretty serious blow to Johnny's army and controlling that objective nicely. So let's see if he can pull it off. He can do. He has hit you 4 times. It doesn't really matter what Johnny rolls, because what I will just do is my first attack is go and splat. So we have killed that witch there, and then it means that I will now get to shoot your witch with my... I guess I could go there, couldn't I? But it doesn't really matter. I'll shoot with my plasma pistol. So I will get, I believe it's 4 attacks hitting on 2s, rolling 1s with the plasma pistol. They've all hit. These are 5s.
Cover there.
You do, but I don't think it matters, because even if you take 1 away past both of those, 5 damage goes through and kills your person. You gave it a good go, but it's 6 and a 3.
Crit can block 2, isn't it?
No, we've literally just had check this.
Oh, for shooting.
Yeah. No, you can use 2 regulars to block a crit, but it doesn't go back the other way.
There's not much I can do about that.
So he is going to control that, and then because he has 3 action points, he will now control that objective. You technically would get an Overwatch because I have to have someone to activate, but it doesn't matter because you don't have any guns. So then it's going to come back over to me. I'm just going to check if I can move and dash this guy onto this objective now.
We did check that you were out of range.
If I'm out of range, then
just shoot him
because he's concealed.
Oh yeah.
So I might have to.
Yeah.
See what we do. So we'll literally measure it, and then if it's not going to work, I'll figure out something else. So we double checked, and I could move and dash my medic onto that objective. So I have done, which has scored me 4 victory points at the end of this turn, because he has 3 action points and Johnny's 2. So I do control both objectives. The plan is coming to fruition. Johnny did say, he's planning more than 1 turn ahead. I did actually declare at the very beginning of the game, I'm probably going to have to shoot you and then do it. So it's a plan generation in the making, Johnny.
I just find, which again proves your heresy. I just find, even when I'm playing Xenos, I'm still...
all gas, no brakes.
You're still the more heretical one than me.
Of course,
but I have to say, I'm just not enjoying a pure combat with Kill Team. I don't think the witches are a good all-combat force. Let's put it that way.
I think witches and Cabalites are nice.
Yeah, witches and Cabalites are pure Cabalites, but pure witches, you haven't got the punch to guarantee to just finish someone off without taking a couple of wounds yourself, and then you're easy to shoot.
Yeah.
Right, so you just haven't got the strength.
You always take a jab.
You're always taking
a jab.
You're always taking it, yeah.
I guess witches literally must only prey on the... Yeah.
And then...
Still beat the crap out of people.
Yeah.
Well, the witch is meant to prey on the weak, so you need the Cabalites to weaken them, and the witches go in and kill them in 1 punch. That's the way to run it. Now, going into turn 4, basically, right, it's... I need to hold both objectives again in order to win the game. Or no, I need to hold 1 and Johnny not hold 1. Either way.
So if I can hold 1 and you hold 1, I'll win.
You will win the game. But you have 1 person left on 1 wound. You do have 1 person on 1 wound. We both do get 1 command point. I will spend my command point, because he's the only person that's in range, for fixed bayonets on himself. So he'll get reroll 1s in combat now.
So I'll go on... I need feel no pain.
You need feel no pain, yeah.
I need to miraculously get
pass all of them. So the first thing that we need to do is go into who's going to get the next turn.
I'd really like the initiative to go my way. That'd be nice.
All right, let's see what happens. You may roll first, good sir.
I'd like you to roll first.
You'd like me to roll first, okay. Ooh, controversial.
Keep making me.
That means you go first because I went first last time, no matter what. So you do get the first.
It's my one chance.
He's got one shot. He's got to make it count. He's got a 1 wound witch.
With feel no pain.
Now
if you finish me off, you win the game. So it's down to this combat.
This is it. This is all that matters. Okay, let me just double check my stats and we'll be back in just a second. Okay, so I do get 4 attacks hitting on 2s with my power sword. I am re-rolling 1s with fixed bayonets, but Johnny, you do get to strike first. So roll them dice, baby.
Okay, so it's 4-5. At 4 attacks only. But you have 1 less attack. Subtract 1 from your attacks characteristic.
Very interesting. Okay.
It's a good roll.
It's a good roll. Now, I need to roll my hits. Now, re-roll ones because of my order. I've got 2 hits. So that means that I've got 3 hits. That means that you will get to jab me, and then I will jab you back, and then you have to do some feel no pains.
Yes.
Now, do you want to parry my crit?
I think to kill you, I just need 2 of anything. Doesn't matter about my crit.
Okay.
So I'll parry your crit with my crit going first.
Okay, and then that means I'm going to jab you
for
4 damage.
And I need to pass all these feel no pains.
4 6-ups. Yeah, jab the dice.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Show anything that happened at sea.
Did you had 5 attacks, did you?
I had 4 attacks.
4 attacks went down to 3.
Yeah. It was a good effort, but sadly the witch comes cackling in and just gets impaled on the end of the Scion's mighty sword in your end, good sir. So the end of the game, it will be 10-7 because I'll hold both objectives, which will give me 4 points, and the final score will be 10-7. So that's it. We'll pause it there. We're back with some final thoughts, and then that'll be the back report. So end of turning point 4 and end of the game. It is a Scion victory. Now my final thoughts are that I did feel like I was having to gun line quite a lot in that game. I don't like gun lining in any game system. I think it's a little bit boring. But I think in this situation, I don't feel too guilty about doing it because I was kind of forced to by John. I mean, your witches were so aggressive. You were charging me stuff on like turn 1 and stuff. It was absolutely insane. So I do want to say, like, my final thoughts are the Scions have done the same tactic twice now, which is hold back a bit, shoot, claw the game back turn 3 and 4. It is risky because obviously it's only 2 turns to claw it back, not like 3 turns like it's in 40k, but it has paid off. I have to say, I did feel like the witches were fragile, but they were so aggressive that I thought for the first 2 turns there was a chance I simply wouldn't score enough to be able to pull it back 3 and 4. So I know they're fragile, but that aggressiveness really, as the person on the receiving end of it did have to make me concentrate quite a lot. So Johnny, what are your final thoughts?
I think with double witches, pure witches, it's a little bit of you're setting yourself up to fail a little bit because you don't have the firepower, because a lot of you guys don't have guns, to return effective fire at like mid-range and pick people off. So your opponent can sort of position themselves in the open wherever they want, it doesn't matter, as long as they're staying far back and you've got infinite range on your guns, you can shoot anyone you can see. You have to deal damage in combat, which means you're always taking a little tickle in return. And then because you haven't got many wounds, your saves 5 up, so on and so forth, you're always then probably going to die from the next blast that hits you. Even if you just take like 2 damage from a little tickle back, because it puts you on 6 wounds, which is just so easy to overcome.
That's the minimum damage of almost any gun.
Yeah, exactly. You have the mobility, but that can only help you so much. I was trying to reposition, block you off, kill the right people to stop the fire that I didn't want coming, to stop you moving with the guys onto objectives. I wanted to basically make it so you couldn't score turn 3 because you'd have to sort of run up turn 3 and then score turn 4, so you'd never be able to catch up. But it's just very difficult because you can't return. if you're stood on here, so even if I'm concealed, you can just be shooting down, taking my guys out.
Yeah.
And you just stood up in the open, totally fine, no shots coming back at you.
And I didn't even put all my firepower up there. Imagine if I'd had my plasma, my grenade, just had it all up there, it would have been even worse. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just very difficult with pure witches. They're flimsy, and they also don't have enough combat punch to sort of like guarantee that you're going to kill even a Scion. Which aren't the most resilient units in the game by any means.
I think you need the Cabalites to weaken them, and then
they need
witches.
Some fire support for sure. I mean, it doesn't mean I won't try it again, but
see what it's like against orcs.
I'm not salting because it's trying something out, and it was very fun to use them, very exciting, very strategic.
First few turns, you were absolutely loving it. You were like, "Look at where I am! I'm flowing around the board," and you were just having a great time.
The board, but like Mercury, but and unfortunately, you just can't do enough damage in combat, enough damage in shooting, and you're not tough enough. So you lose if you were to sort of split the game into 4 pillars.
You've got
firepower,
movement,
resilience, movement, and damage output. The only thing they have an advantage on is movement, and then they're giving away the advantage to the other player on the other 3 factors, which just puts you on the uphill battle.
Yeah. Do you have an MVP?
I mean, I quite like the guy who came with his pistol and shot over here. It would have been nice to.
Yeah, you like the guy that did the only shooting in your entire
life. Yeah. I mean, it was just difficult. You were just it was just a difficult game. Difficult game for the Witchers.
For me, I think it either comes down to the volley gun guy, because he was just spraying shots the whole game, or it comes down to the sergeant, because he did come in. But I was gonna say, but in terms of the one that was, rule of hero of the hour has to be him. I've never seen a Scion charge in against 2 witches.
That's a cool moment. Whatever.
He gets coolest moment, but most valuable has to go to the Vox. In 2 situations, it allowed me to get that extra action point that really swung what was an equal situation into my favour, and he wouldn't have been able to do his epic awesomeness if he hadn't had it. Yeah, so whilst he did do the rule of cool, it was thanks to the extra action point from the Vox man, so he definitely gets it.
The Vox guy doesn't get the credit.
He gets the promotion.
He'll have a pillar, a statue raised on his home world. Oh, Bill, he turned out getting medals for the Emperor and stuff like that. Who would have known?
Yeah, he's got the Medallion Crimson and the Honorific Imperialis.
Whereas the Vox guy's back there,
still twiddling those dials,
cool,
Yeah, absolutely.
Drinking his recap.
It's never, come on. It's never the admin staff that earn the medals, even though, it's never the logistics corps that earn the medals. It's always the hero at the front.
Service for the Emperor should be enough.
Yeah. He can have a Distinguished Service Medal after 30 years of long service. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that battle report. We certainly enjoyed it. Kill Team is fast becoming Johnny and I's favourite 40k based game. It's just so quick and easy to play, and you can just collect new armies so quickly on it. So you'll be hopefully seeing lots more Kill Team content. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you like it and subscribe, never miss an episode. And of course, if you want to see more Kill Team and also get your name on some of our operatives, then consider becoming a channel member or Patreon supporter. Thank you for watching, and of course, as always, I'll see you guys next time.